tell I have something different on today. Gosh, I'm sorry, it looks like my dress is on backwards. How weird. Okay, guys, so welcome back. This is the beginning of the fourth day of the Be Your Own Guru Manifesting Summit. I am France Aprahamian. I go by Renee. And I just wanted to say I'm having a great time listening to people share their manifesting stories, their manifesting techniques, and just being involved in this. So I hope you've had a chance to go to the website and check out some of the shares. We will be having more tomorrow, of course. And I just wanted to say thank you guys for being involved. Thank you to the people who will be watching this later and who will be involved in this the rest of the week. We have the website at beyourown.guru.weebly.com where you can go in and listen to the things that have been shared. That site will stay up, and you can also still be involved. We're still adding people daily, and I think it's really fun. It is unconventional, but that's awesome because who wants to be just like everybody else? I mean, come on. Actually, that's part of what I'm going to share today. So, I'm talking about your desires as divine today. And here's the thing about desires, they are yours, and you should feel as though, but I would say they're from your true self, the self that came here and decided it wanted to be in a body and experience this mental realm, physical versions of eternity that we have in this realm, in Terra, Gaia, Earth, whatever you want to call it, heart. I'm a word person. So sometimes I've looked at Earth and realized you can also spell heart with it. And I've wondered how significant words are sometimes. Are they really the secrets to the universe? Whole nother topic. Okay. So, as far as your desires, I'm only going to give you one warning before I go into some information. The only warning I have for your desires is that because of the way this reality is created, the way that it works, you don't want to desire harm for anyone. And not because it's good or bad or neutral, but because it will come back to you, because your desires are mirrors. So that's the only warning that I have for desires is don't wish harm on anyone else because it'll just bounce right back on you. It might be now, it could be your next life, it may be next week, next day, you don't know. So don't play around with that. Otherwise, you have free reign for your desires. I had my example of, everyone has their own way of looking at life, their own perspective, and I respect that. Of all the people who are inhabiting this realm, there are that many different versions of the same desire. For instance, if you want to say you want to have $1 million, for instance. Now, your desire could be to have $1 million so that you can be set up for life. Okay, that's awesome. You should have that if that's what you desire. The other person may have a desire for 1 million because they want to invest a part of it and make billions and trillions. And that's also awesome. Okay? So everyone's desire is legitimate for them. Do not be afraid to think the highest levels of desire. Don't be afraid to think low, but just know that you don't have to feel like instead of desiring a mansion that you have to get a house in the suburbs because your desire is for you. Now, this is why. Because your desire wants you to embody it even more than you want to have it, because the desire came from you. It is the desires are like the essence of being a human. Okay. Um, Neville, I was trying to think, it came to be something about Neville had said something about this, about how it's like a hunger as these beings in this physical body, we have the hunger for things. And so the hunger is your desire, but the desire also hungers for you, because it's like been there from the beginning. It's always desired you. And so it's like waiting for you to claim it. It's like the lost and found. It's like sitting over there. I mentioned this yesterday. It's just like waiting for you to have the desire so that it can be in this world and it can have its day and its time. And I know some people might think, yeah, you're just saying that. But it's real. It's true. If you want to start slow, I understand that. If you've not worked with your mind this way, because so that when you decide that you want to claim your desire as yours, then your consciousness is more open, it's more ready. It's like, okay, there's not a lot of noise going on, so it can hear you very clearly. It can see how you're related to what you say. And I have an example. So without being too specific, I have examples about how, well, actually, oh my God, this just happened. I was talking to someone, and I won't go into too much into it because I did just talk to them. But because I had a desire for something, and I have found out that it doesn't really do you any good to overthink. Okay, either you're going to go for it or you're not going to go for it. There's not a lot of middle ground. Overthinking is literally just a waste of time. Either do it or don't do it. Okay, so I decided to go ahead and ask the question, and the question kind of came on me. And kind of suddenly, it just came to me. Maybe the other day, I had it for a second, but I didn't really entertain it till a few minutes ago. And I just went and said, I figured the worst they could say is no. But one of my affirmations is, they always say yes. Okay, so the universe has that same thought. It always says yes. Whether you're doing something wrong or whether you're doing something right, it always says yes. Because, it's accepting. And it's more easy to have it accept what you desire if your mind is clear. And I want to say it, because I don't see like the universe or consciousness as a personality. Okay, I've seen so many, little quotes, and it's illustrated as if there's a personality attached to what's happening, but it's all you. It's all you. It's all me. That's really creating that. And something I didn't approach when I started this on the first day, and I thought about this today, is that this is all related to you being in charge as God. Okay, I mentioned that. But that means there's not an outside judge, with the paper and the pen saying they did this wrong or they did that wrong. There's not like a God in the sky looking down judging. If there is a creator outside of this, I believe that's true, because we do have laws and organizations. But in this reality, and this is what I want to clarify, is that everything that I personally speak about is based on this current reality of the mental realm, the mental universe, Um, I believe there may be other things going on in other parts of the galaxy or whatnot. I remember something from a while back, and people sometimes who are religious, they may believe that God left us. Like He left us all alone. And I'm not making fun of that because I felt that way too. Like, oh my God, as a Christian, you just gonna feel like you're left here by yourself. But the leading part was that it is us. It has been us all this time. And so there was no leaving. There was what is the word? There was not hiding. There was and these words coming to me just don't seem like consuming. There was we're definitely hidden in plain sight. Everything is hidden in plain sight. All the answers. We have all the answers here. And some of those desires that you're having are your answers to the questions of, well, what do I do about the car payment? Or what do I do about the house? Or what do I do about that kid? Your desire for something better would be the opposite of whatever your question is. If there's something going on with a relative, you turn around whatever you think is going on and make it the opposite, make it better. They are not having a hard time. What are they doing? They're having an amazing time. They're doing great. It's all great. Believe and say in your mind, the more it will become what you say, because it's all coming from your viewpoint, your personality. It's all pushing out and creating the world that you desire. You are divinity. It is divine because you are the God, the gods, and the goddess. That is us. We are here. We are the ones creating our reality. We're the ones that are coming and going and doing things. And it's just, it's time that we realize that we're the ones doing it. And all we have to do is follow our thoughts. How did this happen? Think about it for a second. What was a thought that you had that involved the situation with the car accident? Or someone had told me once about a ticket on their car. And as soon as we were discussing this, she says, well, I was parked in the wrong place for a couple of days. And you know what I said? Perhaps that could have been avoided, right? I'm not trying to be a smart aleck, right? But it's not a mystery a lot of times. I know in my own personal history, it was not a mystery as soon as I started learning about law of assumption. These assumptions that I made about my situation were creating the situation. I mean, very much so creating it, the things I was saying. And then there was even a time before even learning about Neville Goddard that it occurred to me that perhaps I had something to do with the situation. And I don't mean what was happening to me, but to another person in my situation. The way that I was seeing them was being skewed by my thoughts about them, my judgments. I do not believe judgments are helpful. I'm just not one of those that believe judgments are helpful. Since I learned about manifesting, I would choose to turn that around to have a positive affirmation for the situation. And to see how this changes people is just like, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it, guys. It's just like magic to see the change in someone after you've been affirming something better for them. And, they're us pushed out. I know. And it's just like, it's so hard to explain that. But when you practice it and experience it, then you don't have to explain it. You do all of this in your mind. No one needs to know. but you can see the results on the outside. Um, Unfortunately, no, I don't want to say unfortunately, but it is biblical. Nothing wrong with the Bible. Okay. Um, it's just that some people kind of go, ooh, when you start bringing up the Bible. I know because I did the same thing, to be honest. But now that I realize what it really is, I don't have such an issue with it anymore. But I know in the world of, creator, source, awareness, consciousness, some of us don't want to necessarily talk about it. But Neville talks about it all the time. And he also drank martinis and had a good time, just like, who do we know that hung out with prostitutes? I know, Jesus. So it's not about not having a good time, that's for sure. Actually, we had someone on earlier that was talking to us, and we were teasing him. Oh, I was teasing him because he was he was having a little sip, having a little fun, and it was awesome. We were teasing him about, is this a drinking game? It was fun though, guys. I definitely encourage you to check out his live. That was Eric Lewis that was having fun with us. Um, so yeah, your desires are legit. Okay, they come from you, and they are dying to be embodied by you. Go ahead, get your Rolls Royce. Go ahead, get your Mercedes. Um, get your new car. Get your new job. And you know what? You can make your rules with your desires. Okay, you decide how you want to do it when you write your affirmations, when you write your assumptions. Don't let anyone else tell you you have to do it a certain way. Okay, that is what I've learned for sure. And it totally, totally is real. You decide your rules, you decide your desires that you would like to claim. Sometimes if the desires are really strong, they can push and push and push. And then you're just going to have to say, okay, I'm going to go with it. I like it. I like it. I see how it can benefit me. I claim you as real and I accept you. So I don't want to go too long on this. I knew it was going to be a short topic, but it is, the only warning that I had was to not have a desire to harm someone, because it will come back on you. But otherwise, go for the top, you know, try small if you like, but you'll get addicted to it just like I did. We do it all the time anyway. Might as well have fun with it. This reality is about adventurous people. I just want you to realize that. I might have to talk about that one day, how it's not all serious and dramatic as we make it to be. It's about having fun. It's about enjoying enjoying having a physical body, because in eternity, maybe not so much. We have other ways to fly around and be happy. But the body gives us a benefit for now. So enjoy your manifesting. And you know what? I will see you tomorrow at midnight.